Now we are going to continue our work with these polynomials. We're going to add and subtract polynomials. Now, we can very simply add or subtract each of these here. 9 plus negative 9 gives us 0. 8 minus 5 or plus negative 5 plus 7 is 10. Negative 14 plus negative 2 plus negative 18 gives us negative 34. Negative 5 minus 17 gives us negative 22. 34.5 minus negative 12.8 gives us 47.3. We can do those easily. Now, adding and subtracting polynomials, when you're adding polynomials, you are simply combining like terms, which we had a lot of practice already. It may be helpful to align like terms in vertical computation. So there's different ways of setting these problems. You can set them up vertically or horizontally. And here we're going to do it vertically, okay? And you have your like terms lined up, A's, B's, C's, and the constants. And you can just simply add those together, start from right to the left, okay? So 17. Okay, negative 8c plus 6c gives us negative 2c. 2b minus 4b gives us negative 2b, right? 3a plus 2a gives us 5a, and so here is our simplified polynomial. Now we have these two polynomials that we're adding together, three polynomials we're adding together. Now notice, there are 4 different terms that we're dealing with, but each one doesn't contain all 4 of those terms. So this is where lining them up vertically helps so much, because then you can keep track of your x squares, your xy's, your y squares, and your y's. This is a very easy way to be able to keep everything neat and clean, and it'll save you a lot of work for later on. All right, we're going to start from right to the left. So 3y, bring those down. Next one, the y squares, you have 7y squared. Your xy's, you're going to add 3 plus negative 5, and that gives us negative 2xy. And then this one right here, 2 plus 3 plus 8 plus 1 gives us 11x squared. And there is our answer for this example. Let's arrange these horizontally now, okay? And so if we have these all the way across, we have to see how can we combine our like terms. First, we have the x squares, okay? So, and then you have the two x's, the x's, and then you have your constants. So you're going to combine those like terms. 3 plus 8 equals 11. 2 minus 7 gives us negative 5x. And then negative 5 minus 10 gives us negative 15. And there is our answer here for this equation. Subtracting polynomials now is defined as addition of the opposite. You're adding opposite numbers, okay? So therefore, subtraction of the polynomials can be performed by adding the opposite of each term. And sometimes if we look at it as adding, our mind seems to be able to grasp that a lot more easily than subtraction. And so if we think of subtraction as adding opposite terms, maybe that will help simplify things for you. All right, let's take a look at an example here. Okay, so we've got here this polynomial, and we're subtracting it this polynomial. Okay, so we can factor out a negative 1 out of this entire polynomial. That's the subtraction sign, the negative 1. And then we're adding them instead. Okay, so here if we distribute the negative 1, okay, so we have negative 4x squared. Negative 1 times negative 5 gives us plus 5x. Negative 1 times 2 gives us minus 2. Now we can just go ahead and very easily combine our like terms again by adding, okay? 3 minus 4 is going to give us negative 1, or negative x squared. 2x plus 5x is 7x. Negative 5 minus 2 is going to give us negative 7, minus 7. So here is your final answer for simplifying or subtracting these two polynomials. Now simplify. Now we can look at it in a vertical way. Okay, so if you're subtracting these two polynomials, in other words, you're going to add the opposite and take the opposite of each of these terms. So 3a becomes negative 3a, 4b becomes minus 4b, minus 8c becomes plus 8c, minus 9 becomes plus 9. And now all we have to do is just add each of these terms together, and you get, remember, from the right to the left, okay? So 10 plus 9 equals 19. 6c plus 8c is 14c. Negative 7b minus 4b is negative 11b. And then 5a minus 3a is 2a. So here is our final answer for this example. All right, now if we were to take a look at this horizontally, again, we're subtracting, but go ahead and factor out a negative 1, and then these we can just add or turn them into the opposite, okay? Distribute your negative 1 through each of these. All right, so negative 5x squared becomes negative 5x squared. Negative 8xy, okay? Negative, negative, remember, that becomes positive. So we have plus 8xy. And then plus 4y squared, you multiply by a negative number, or becomes the opposite, that becomes negative 4y squared. Now we can easily combine our like terms, okay? 4 minus 5 gives us negative 1x squared. 3 plus 8 equals 11xy. Negative 1 minus 4 gives us negative 5y squared. All right, now here is your homework assignment. A couple of problems for you to practice with this as well, adding and subtracting your polynomials. Not too challenging, not too difficult, hopefully, and have fun with these, and we'll be seeing you next time.